Yo shot, OG. Yo shot.
Shout out motherfucking South Park, that ODR, man. God damn, they fucked over that, man. But anyway, so let me ask this here, South Park.
Yeah.
You know, we spent a lot of time in the day room, right? You know, that's what we did most of our, I had most of our conversations about things we was gonna do after we got out. In other words, we swapped game in the day room. For those that was going home, it was always talking about what we was gonna do when we get home, right? For those that wasn't going on, we was always talking about what kind of CO we're gonna get to bring something through the door, right? That's just a game we swapped in the day room. But also, we met a lot of guys in the day room, right? And we made a lot of bonds in the day room with the people that was in the day room, right? So, during your 28-year tantrum, man, and going in and out of those day rooms, can you remember some of the guys that you bonded with while you was in those day rooms?
Say that again.
I said, can you remember some of those guys after doing 28 years in prison, running in and out of those day rooms? Can you remember some of those guys that you made a bond with? Do you remember the name of some of those guys?
Man, I made so many bonds, man. I met so many solid dudes down there of good character, man, that was just caught up in the, in the system, man. But it's so many of them, man. But what some of the ones that stand out, I met a guy named Eric Wade, which not the Swade Wade on Cofield, but this was over there too. He did 28 years, man, and this brother, man, he really, man, I had heard about people being, institutionalized or things like that there, but I remember after he did 28 years, he was about to go home, and the captain came and got me like, hey, Watson, I like, yeah, man, Swade Wade I was on medium custody, he was on minimum custody. He like, Swade Wade want to talk to you, bro. I said, all right. So he said, man, I already called down there. They're going to let you go down there and meet him in the kitchen. So I go down there to the kitchen with the minimum custody guys. They was going to breakfast. And Eric Wade, man, this guy's sitting in there crying and tears, man. His voice shaking and trembling. I'm like, man, what the fuck wrong with you? You going home? He like South Park, this is all I know. I'm like, what? I've been locked up all my life. I'm scared. I'm like, you scared to go home? He's like, yeah. I'm somebody in here. Well, what I'm gonna do out there on the? I've spent all my life locked up, and it fucked me up. I was like, I had never just actually seen, somebody actually scared to go to the free world. But that I made a real close bond with that brother. Another guy out of Dallas, name is Monk, and we used to call him Jihad. Then he changed his life, became a Christian, man. But this guy, man, did like 25, 26 years. He used to run with me on the R-Red unit, another damn fool. And before I left prison, I bumped into him again on the wind unit. And he told me, man, he said, man, look, brother, before we go any further, I'm going to tell you, man, I'm not that man you used to know no more. I'm like, what you mean by that? He said, I'm a man of God now. He said, man, at some point, bro, we got to stop being the damn fools that we was. He said, man, when I held my granddaughter's hand and my daughter's hand and my mother's hand in visitation and led them in prayer, they all started crying, man. They knew that I had finally changed, and it hit me, man, because I was like, damn, boy, ain't the same no more, and it just, man, I can name so many brothers, man, that I met down there, man, but those two brothers right there, they really stood out to me.
All right, do this for me. Give a quick little rundown on some of the units you've been on in your 28 years. The 28 years you did in Texas Department of Criminal Justice, Holiday Unit, All Red. Give us a little list of some of the units you hit.
Okay, Well, last time I hit Mike Unit, I just want to throw that in there. I met a bunch of guys over there. But
Right.
this time I started off on holiday unit, transferred for 2 years. They sent me to diagnostics. They still had diagnostics back then.
Right.
A couple of weeks, they classified me, all red. I went there. Then I left all red, went to the walls unit. I took the trade, computer graphics. I stayed there like 2 years. Then I left there, went to the Pulaski unit, old terror unit.
Yep.
Then I left Pulaski, went to the retrieve unit, which the Wayne Scott unit.
Right.
I left there, went to the Wynn unit, stayed there like 6 years, made parole. Then I got transferred to the Huntsville unit, back to the walls. And I went to Atascocita. From there, I went home from there.
And went home from Atascocita.